Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to our group presentation on collectivist and individualist cultures, nonverbal communications. My name is Rismanda Nadia Zulfa, and I will be your moderator for today's sessions. We are excited to share our insights and findings with you. Before we start, let's introduce the members of Team H. Of course, there's me, Rismandana Rezulfa, and
My name is Sasa Khairia.
My name is Renata Alfreda Hutagaol.
And my name is Raja Ibnu Fadilah.
Okay, thank you guys. Let's start with our first speakers is Raja Ibnu Fadilah, who will discussing about definition of cultures, collectivism, and individualism.
Okay, thanks, Nadia. So I will tell you about the meaning of culture, collectivism, and individualism. The first is culture. Culture in general, culture is a way of life developed and shared by a group of people and passed down to generation to generation. According to Taylor, culture is highly complex as it encompasses knowledge, art, law, and many others complement. The second one is collectivism. In general, collectivism is a worldview or social orientation that places the interests of the group above the interests of individual. Hofstede defines collectivism as a state of society where each member is integrated into a strong and unified group bond. And the last one is individualism. In general, individualism is a worldview or social orientation that emphasizes individual interests, freedom, and autonomy. As quote from the book Studies of Indonesian Society and Multiculturalism Based on Local Wisdom by Prof. Dr. Muhammad Jafar MSI, individualism is a belief that emphasizes individual freedom in the pursuit of liberty and interest. Next.
Okay, thank you, Raja, for that insightful presentation on definition of cultures, collectivism, and individualism. Next, let's hear from Naswa Khariah and Renata Elfrida Hutagaol, who will talk about factors influencing difference in nonverbal communications, gesture, personal space, and difference between collectivist and individualist cultures.
Factor that affect the occurrence of different in nonverbal communication is culture, gender, and the situation. Nonverbal communication is heavily influenced by culture, gender, and the situation. Different cultures have varying norms for body language and facial expression, which can lead to misunderstanding. Gender also plays a role, with men and women often using nonverbal cues differently. Situation can affect nonverbal communication, for example, in formal or informal situation. Next. Nonverbal communication. Indonesian collectivist. Prioritize social harmony and avoid competition. Facial expressions are often restrained to maintain relationship, such as smiling even uncomfortable situation. Prolonged direct eye contact may be considered impolite or aggressive, especially with others. England, individualists were often in expressing emotion. Dogs feel polite. Eye contact is seen as a sign of confidence and attentiveness in a confrontation. The English tend to be more expressive with facial movement, but still maintain composure to avoid being overly dramatic. Next.
Okay, the second is about gestures. In Indonesia, gestures are typically subtle and polite. For example, pointing with a finger is considered impolite, so using the whole hand is preferred. Slightly bowing when handing something to someone respects show courtesy. In England, gestures are more direct and expressive but still controlled. Pointing with a finger is neutral and not considered impolite. They tend to use hand movements to emphasize arguments in informal conversation. And the third, next, about the personal space, in Indonesia are generally comfortable with closer proximity in communication, especially with friends or family, light touch such as handshakes or shoulder pats. And in England, the English tend to maintain more personal space. A distance of about 1 until 2 meters is considered ideal for casual conversation. And the next, for example, nonverbal communication in Indonesia, someone might smile and nod when they disagree to avoid conflict, while in England, people will express disagreement directly but politely with eye contact. And the second is gestures. Indonesian use an open hand to indicate direction. The English tend to point directly with finger without perceiving it as impolite. Next. And the last is personal space. In Indonesia, close friends may stand closer while talking, while in England, people will step back if someone stands too close to maintain comfortable personal space. This difference reflects how culture influences social behavior and perception in daily interaction. Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you, Naswa and Renata, for your excellent insight. Finally, it's my turn to present on the relationship between individualism and collectivism in public health. I'm Risma Zulfa, and I'm looking forward to sharing this with you. The first one is impact on public health. Health behavior, collectivist cultures adhere to health guidelines for community benefit, while individualistic cultures may prioritize personal relevance. And two, health interventions. Collectivist countries involve communities in public health programs, whereas individualistic countries focus on individual education. And the second one is application of nonverbal communication in public health. The first one is Indonesian cultures. Subtle nonverbal communication such as avoiding direct eye contact, conveys respect and empathy. And two is English cultures. Nonverbal communication is often subtle with a preference for maintaining personal space and using polite gestures. Okay, all right, that's wrap of our group presentation on collectivist and individualist cultures nonverbal communications. We hope you enjoyed the sessions and found the informative, valuable. And if you have any questions or feedback, feel free to reach out to any of us. Have a good day, anyone. Bye.
Bye. See you.
See you.